Have you ever wondered what exactly goes into the processed foods you eat every day? It's a question that merits pondering. In our fast-paced modern world, processed foods have become the norm rather than the exception. They're convenient, readily available, and sometimes they're our only option when we're running against the clock. But convenience and accessibility come at a price. Every time we grab that frozen dinner or order that fast food burger, we're choosing to ignore the unseen truth about our food. Processed foods often contain artificial ingredients, added sugars, and unhealthy fats. These are the hidden extras that our bodies have to deal with. Understanding this unseen truth isn't about fear, but about making informed choices. It's about knowing what we're putting into our bodies and why it matters. So what happens when these foods become a staple in our diet? Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the world of processed foods and their impact on our health. First, we need to understand what we mean by processed food. Simply put, processed food is any food that's been altered in some way during preparation, whether through freezing, canning, baking, or drying. This includes a wide range of items, from canned vegetables and dried fruits, which are minimally processed, to more heavily processed foods like frozen pizzas or ready-to-eat meals. It's important to clarify that not all processed foods are inherently bad. In fact, some methods of processing, like freezing, can help preserve the nutrients in food and make it more convenient for us to consume. That said, the landscape of processed foods is vast and varied. It's not the canned tomatoes or the frozen peas that we need to be cautious about. It's the heavily processed foods, the ones that are packed with added sugars, unhealthy fats, and high levels of sodium, that we should be mindful of. However, it's those heavily processed foods we need to be wary of. Now let's delve into the hidden dangers of these heavily processed foods. The first one we'll look at is high fructose corn syrup. It's a sweetener that's cheaper and sweeter than sugar, which makes it a favorite among food manufacturers. But don't let its sweetness fool you. High fructose corn syrup can lead to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and even liver failure. Imagine that something as common as a sweetener could potentially wreak havoc on your health. Next up, hydrogenated oils. These are oils that have been chemically altered to increase their shelf life and make them more stable at room temperature. Sounds handy for food manufacturers, right? But here's the catch. These oils are packed with trans fats, which increase the level of bad cholesterol in your body while decreasing the good ones. This double whammy effect can lead to heart disease. And we can't forget about artificial additives. These are substances added to foods to improve their color, texture, or flavor. They might make your food look and taste better, but they're not doing your body any favors. Some artificial additives have been linked to allergic reactions, while others can cause behavioral problems, especially in children. Even scarier, some of these additives are potential carcinogens, which means they could increase your risk of developing cancer. But it's not just about the individual ingredients. The problem is also the sheer quantity of these harmful substances in heavily processed foods. When you consume these foods regularly, you're constantly exposing your body to these dangerous ingredients. And that's when the real damage can occur. The long-term effects of consuming heavily processed foods can be quite serious. We're talking about chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and certain types of cancer. These are health problems that can drastically reduce your quality of life and even shorten your lifespan. And these are just a few examples, the list goes on. So, next time you're reaching for that prepackaged snack or frozen dinner, remember the hidden dangers lurking in those heavily processed foods. It's not just about the taste or convenience, it's about your health. So, how do these ingredients and heavily processed foods impact your body? Well, let's unravel this. Picture this. When you consume processed foods, your body is introduced to high levels of sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats. Over time, these substances accumulate and can lead to weight gain and obesity. Obesity isn't just about appearances, it's a serious health condition that can pave the way for numerous other complications. Think about your heart. It's a tireless worker, beating every second, every minute, every day of your life. But when we consume processed foods, we're essentially throwing a wrench in its machinery. The high sodium content in these foods can increase blood pressure, putting extra strain on your heart and blood vessels. Over time, this can lead to heart disease, the leading cause of death worldwide. But the tale of processed foods doesn't end there. They also have a knack for messing with your body's ability to regulate sugar. The excessive amount of sugar found in these foods can lead to spikes in blood sugar levels. Over time, your body may struggle to keep up, potentially resulting in type 2 diabetes. Then there's the issue of inflammation. Processed foods are notorious for causing inflammation in the body, This isn't the helpful type of inflammation that helps you heal from a cut or a scrape. It's chronic, low-level inflammation that can contribute to a host of diseases including arthritis, asthma, and even certain types of cancer. And don't forget about your gut health. Processed foods lack the fiber and nutrients that your gut bacteria thrive on. This can lead to an imbalance in your gut flora, potentially causing digestive issues and weakening your immune system. It's a grim picture, isn't it? But it's important to remember that this isn't about demonizing all processed foods or making you feel guilty for enjoying a bag of chips now and then. It's about understanding the potential consequences of a diet high in heavily processed foods. Indeed, the cost of convenience can be high, but there's good news. You have the power to change your diet and your health. The power of whole foods is truly remarkable. These are foods that are unprocessed and unrefined, or processed and refined as little as possible before being consumed. They are free from additives or other artificial substances, and they come directly from nature. They are fruits, vegetables, legumes, grains, and animal products. Whole foods are nutrient powerhouses, packed with vitamins, minerals, fiber, and other nutrients essential for good health. They provide the necessary fuel for your body to function optimally, giving you the energy you need to go about your day. And because they are rich in fiber, they aid in digestion, helping to maintain a healthy gut. But the benefits of whole foods don't stop there. They are also linked to a reduced risk of chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and certain types of cancer. This is because whole foods are rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that help fight off harmful free radicals and reduce inflammation in the body. Consider an apple. It's not just a fruit, it's a package of nutrients working together in harmony. It contains fiber, vitamin C, and other antioxidants that contribute to overall health. When you eat an apple, you're not just getting these nutrients, but you're also getting them in a form that your body can easily absorb and utilize. And then there's the psychological aspect. Eating whole foods can make you feel good about your choices and your health. You feel satisfied knowing that you're nourishing your body with quality fuel. In contrast, when you opt for processed foods, you're often left feeling sluggish, bloated, and unsatisfied. Plus, you miss out on the myriad health benefits that whole foods offer. So, let's make a toast to whole foods, to their power and potential. Let's embrace them, enjoy them, and let them guide us towards better health. It's clear that choosing whole foods can lead to a healthier, happier life. So, what can you do to avoid the dangers of heavily processed foods? Well, the good news is that the power to make healthier choices is within your grasp. It all starts with a few simple steps that can significantly decrease your intake of heavily processed foods and increase your consumption of nutritious whole foods. First off, consider cooking at home more often. When you cook your meals from scratch, you have complete control over the ingredients. You can choose fresh, natural products and avoid the hidden salts, sugars, and unhealthy fats that are often found in processed foods. Plus, cooking can be a rewarding and enjoyable endeavor, a chance to explore new flavors and cuisines, and a way to express creativity in the kitchen. Next, make it a habit to read nutrition labels. These labels can tell you a lot about what you're putting into your body. Look for foods that have a short list of ingredients that you can recognize and pronounce. If a product's ingredient list is long and filled with unfamiliar chemical-sounding names, it's probably heavily processed. Also, prioritize whole foods whenever possible. Whole foods are foods that are close to their natural state. Think fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and lean proteins. These foods are packed with essential nutrients that your body needs to function at its best. They provide a wealth of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants without the added sugars, salts, and fats found in heavily processed foods. And last but not least, remember that every little bit helps. You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. Even small changes like swapping a processed snack for a piece of fruit or choosing brown rice over white can make a big difference over time. Remember, your health is in your hands. Choose wisely, eat healthily, and live a life full of vitality.